We're talking about the Inuit Bachelor of Education program, which is essentially it's our BED program for primary and elementary students at Memorial University of Newfoundland. But unique to the community-based approach here in Labrador, it's infused with Indigenous concepts, Inuit views, and supported by a language program provided by our partner in Nunatsi-wood. Because of the nature of the students and the community-based approach, what we did was we spread it out a little longer, and the language program and the education curriculum is interwoven within that. That gives us time to deal with cultural components and the students' needs, basically. It's an interesting word in terms of how you measure success. An outcome would be that all our students graduate, all our students get jobs. There's more to this program. I mean, success for this program means that our students are able to explore their perspectives, their views, to embrace indigeneity and support for Inuit culture in a way that we would not find typically in our program. That's one part, that's the students themselves. We also organizationally define success in terms of that it will change us. That all our instructors who are involved in this program will go back to whatever campus they're on, if it's here or back in St. John's or Cornwall for that matter, that they will be changed. They will be more sensitive to indigenization, that they'll want to make our curriculum across the board more supportive of truth and reconciliation concepts, or that we deal with all of our people more fairly, more equitably as we move into the future. So one of the historic issues we have in Newfoundland and Labrador is our history of denial of indigeneity within the province, particularly in the Islander province. So in many ways, while I think we're doing a pretty good job here in building a program that will be of benefit to the Nunatsi people, it's actually going to benefit the province. So our Inuit students are actually helping us grow our program across the province, and I think we're having influence in many ways as a template that can be used in other places, and so I'm quite happy about that. I'd start, I guess, by saying that our mission statement, as a fact, is to improve the human condition through education. And education in the 21st century has to be about emancipation and empowerment. And for Indigenous peoples, education has to emancipate and empower them. So when you look at, say, the local area or the community or the region we're dealing with, we have to apply the focus that brings power to the people we're dealing with. So it's emancipation, it's empowerment. Hopefully it's employment for them if that benefits, but we're really worried or concerned that we produce people who think more critically and kind of embrace the kind of changes our society needs to make, and therefore we get back to our mission, which is to improve the human condition through education. Well, the template is really meant to be flexible enough to deal with different contexts and different peoples, but a broad-based approach to a more robust sense of social justice in terms of how we develop teachers. Now, we also want to deal with curricular areas, or they need to be good mathematics teachers, they need to be good language arts teachers. So these students are not simply doing, say, a traditional native teacher education program. They will be qualified to teach anywhere in Canada, and Canadian systems are among the highest achieving across the world. And so the students in the IBED program here in Happy Valley Goose Bay are qualified to teach anywhere in the world, and I'm quite proud of that. Going forward, I hope that we can do a program something like this for a broader base group of people within the Labrador region. I would like to see us replicate this program, the process, not the program, in Mi'kmaq areas on the island of Newfoundland. We're working on that. I think we could be of benefit in terms of the approach we've used and some of those ideas we shared in other parts of Canada as well. So I want to see us go in that direction. I also want to see us embrace what we've learned to change where we are at home in St. John's, and I'm optimistic someday that we can, from this group of students and from other people that are working in the Nunatsi-wood, work on the idea of a doctoral cluster. A cluster of students who do the PhD program, and I would hope if we had 6 of those, 3 of them would join our faculty someday. And so in that way we can actually contribute to that better world we want to build. It's the approach, right? You're looking at Indigenous people as allies. You're looking at the right support, having faculty engage with them from this province or other parts of the world for that matter, to contribute to, say, the academic community or scholar community in a way that brings in their perspective and helps us change ours. In many ways, we're working on that path already. We need a willingness to embrace the challenge. We need to be a little bit careful in terms of not promising things we can't do. But we need to have the courage to actually understand that we can do this. So we have resources. You know, we develop students, hundreds of students every year. So it's a matter of tasking our resources the right way. Sometimes a little bit of money is a good thing, but sometimes I find people use that as an excuse not to act. And maybe I'm a little bit too much of in a rush sometimes, but I actually think the time is now. The time was 20 years ago, but it's definitely now. So I don't see us needing a lot of resources. I think we need partnerships of the people that we need to do the things we do. I think we have people in place that can serve this task, but I think we need the courage to go and do it.